there, let us start a fresh chapter, soil. You must have seen and played with soil. What is soil? Do you know what is soil? Mato bhन्छ नि हामी नेपालीमा. What is soil? Soil is the, it can be thought as Earth's skin. Earth ko skin jasto सोच्दा हुन्छ, because it is the outermost layer of the earth. Outermost layer of the earth in which plants grow. Plants यो layer मा grow गर्छ. Okay, it is the most important, it is one of the most important, okay, it is one of the most important natural resource. हामीलाई चाहिने मध्येमा one of the most important natural resource is soil. One of the most important natural resource. Natural resource. It is blackish brown in color. Blackish brown भनेको कालो कालो dark brown color को हो, त्यस्तो खालके color को हुन्छ. Now, do you think soil is important for plants? Soil plant को लागि जरुरी छ? Yes. Why? Soil is important for plants. Important for plants because what do the soil do? Roots of the plants anchor firmly in the soil for support. So जरा, plant को जरा जति चाहिँ जम्मै soil मा मजाले fix भएर बसेको हुन्छ. Okay, and secondly, soil provides water and minerals to the plants. Okay, water and minerals to the plants. That is why soil is important for plants. Now, soil is also important to us also. Soil is also beneficial to us. Soil is beneficial to us. Why? Because we grow crops in the soil. हामीले जति पनि खाना खान्छ त्यो त सबै plants बाट, प्राय plants बाट आएको हुन्छ र त्यो plants चाहिँ कहाँ grow गर्छ? Soil मा. So to grow crops, because soil मा चाहिँ we grow crops. Secondly, to grow crops that give us fabric for clothes. लुगा पनि हामीले soil बाटै पाउँछौं, किनभने soil मा चाहिँ हामीले plants grow गर्छ जस्तो cotton. So त्यो cotton बाट चाहिँ we make clothes. Okay, and third, we also make utensils. भाँडाकुँडाहरु बनाउँछ नि, माटोको भाँडाकुँडा है, utensils or pots. We make toys from soil. We make statues from soil. We make decorative items from soil. We also build houses. घर पनि बनाउँछ हामी soil बाट. कसरी भन्दा चाहिँ we build houses with bricks. इटाले बनाउँछ नि हामीले घर. अन्त त्यो इटा कहाँबाट बनिन्छ? माटोबाटै बनिन्छ. Made up of clay. Okay, that is why soil is not only important to plants, but it is also very, very important to us. So it is one of the most important natural resource. Okay, without soil, plants will not grow, and if plants will not grow, we will not get food, we will not get oxygen, and we will also not get clothes. Okay, so कति जरुरी रहेछ soil हाम्रो लागि, plants को लागि पनि. Now, what is soil made up of? केले बनिएको हुन्छ त soil हेरौं? That is composition of soil. Okay, composition of soil. Now, soil is made up of, soil is composed of many non-living things. Non-living भनेको सास नफेर्ने. Okay, जो चाहिँ जिउँदो हुँदैन, नन लिभिङ थिङ्स सच एज sand particles, okay, बलुवाको particles भयो, clay माटोले बनिएको हुन्छ, it is made up of pebbles, pebbles भनेको मसिनो ढुङ्गा, and dried leaves, okay, सुक्खा पत्ताहरूले चाहिँ soil बनिएको हुन्छ यो non living things ले. So non living things मात्रै हैन, soil also has living organisms in it. त्यो living organisms small पनि हुन्छ, large पनि हुन्छ. It has small living organisms like ant, है, त्यहाँदेखि it has beetles. Beetles भनेको त्यो के रे बाहिरपट्टि हार्ड कभरिङ भएको एउटा किरा हुन्छ नि, उड्छ पनि, सो ब्राउन, डार्क ब्राउन कलरको बेसी जस्तो हुन्छ. That is beetles. It lives in the soil. We also find centipedes. Centipedes भनेको यस्तो लामो किरा हुन्छ, त्यसको पुरा बेसी खुट्टा हुन्छ नि, so that is centipedes. And there are earthworms in the soil. There are grasshoppers, है. So यस्तो खालके small living organisms are present in soil, and large living organisms also. Large organisms पनि हुन्छ, जस्तो ठुलठुलो भनेको like rats, मुसा, snakes, है, garden lizards, छेपाराहरू यिनीहरू हुन्छ. ओके, अन्त त्यो सँगसँगै and also microorganisms. What are microorganisms? एकदमै माइक्रो भनेको एकदमै सानो हो नि त. So the organisms which we cannot see with our naked eyes, हाम्रो आँखाले देख्नु सक्दैन, त्यस्तो खालको organismsलाई microorganisms भनिन्छ, जस्तो ब्याक्टेरिया भयो, fungi भयो. So all these are present in the soil. So soil मा के हुन्छ? Non living materials हुन्छ, living materials हुन्छ, अनि त्यहाँदेखि rock को particles हुन्छ. Thus soil is made up of living organisms, dead matter, and rock particles of various sizes. Okay, rock particles भनेको ढुङ्गाबाट बनिएको पार्टिकल्सहरु, त्यो चाहिँ एउटै साइजको हुँदैन, डिफ्रेन्ट साइजको हुन्छ. जस्तो यहाँ sand particles अलिक ठुलठुलो, clay अलिक सानो, pebbles sand भन्दा पनि ठुलो. ओके, सो यस्तो पाराले rock particles of various sizes हुन्छ. ओके, now let us move on to soil pollution. Soil pollution भनेको के रहेछ हेरौँ. Now के हुन्छ, हामी ह्युमन बिङ्सले चाहिँ के गर्छौँ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ we throw polythene bags and plastics into the soil. तपाईहरुले पनि कति खेप गरेको होला, चिप्स खाएर, मिठाईको र्यापर खाएर, त्यसको र्यापर, त्यसको प्याकेट चाहिँ हामीले के गर्छौँ, त्यसै जताभावी फ्याँक्छौँ. That causes soil pollution and it is not good. Not good for plants, not good for us also. Okay, so let us see what causes soil pollution. Polythene bags. Okay, polythene bags and plastics cause soil pollution. Soil pollution. So in addition to this polythene bags and plastics, also there are other materials, also other substances, अरु चीज पनि खाली polythene bags र plastic ले मात्रै हैन, such as chemicals and pesticides. Chemicals and pesticides also cause pollution. Okay, chemicals factories हरुबाट आउँछ है, त्यस्तोले pollution गर्छ. Pesticides भनेको these are used by farmers. Okay, farmers ले चाहिँ आफ्नो क्रपलाई कोही बेला किराले खान्छ, त्यो किराबाट बचाउनको लागि चाहिँ उनीहरूले chemicals spray गर्छ त्यो क्रप्समा. That is known as pesticides. That also contains chemical and it is harmful and it causes soil pollution. So how can we prevent soil pollution to भन्नुस् त. अब यो तीनटा चीजले के रे soil pollution गराउँदैछ, एउटा प्लास्टिकले, एउटा केमिकल्सले अनि पेस्टिसाइड्सले. So यो soil pollution चाहिँ अघि मैले भनिहालेँ, it is not good because pollution will not allow plants to grow properly. It will kill various organisms, useful organisms that is present in soil. So soil pollution has to be prevented. So how can it be prevented? कसरी prevent गर्न सकिन्छ? So let us see. Okay. So soil pollution does not allow plants to grow. So plants like grow गर्नु दिदैन, and can also kill useful organisms present in the soil. Useful organisms like earthworms and microorganisms. So it has to be prevented. And microorganisms. So we have to prevent soil pollution. So कसरी prevent गर्न सकिन्छ होला soil pollution? We should not use plastics and polythene bags. So use of plastics and polythene bags should be banned. हाम्रो स्टेटमा त ban गरेको छ है. So polythene bags should be banned. Use गर्नु हुँदैन. Fine लाग्छ use गरे भने. Okay, should be banned. अन्त अर्को चाहिँ केले गर्दा हुँदैछ? केमिकल्सहरु जस्तो पेस्टिसाइड्सहरुले अन्त फ्याक्ट्रीको वेस्टहरुले. So chemicals should be treated before throwing into the soil. Soil मा फ्याक्नु भन्दा अगाडि पहिला त्यसलाई राम्रोसँगले ट्रीट गरेर त्यसको नराम्रो पोइजनस सब्स्टेन्सहरुलाई सबै हटाएर मात्रै त्यो सोइलमा फ्याक्नु पर्छ. अनि use of pesticides in agricultural fields should be minimized. एकदम कम्ती मात्रामा मात्रै युज गर्नुपर्छ. एकदम कम्ती युज गरे भने चाहिँ सोइल पोल्युसन हुँदैन. These measures can prevent soil pollution. So यस्तो पाराले सोइल पोल्युसनलाई चाहिँ हामीले रोकथाम गर्नुपर्छ. सोइललाई पोल्युट हुनु चाहिँ दिनु हुँदैन. ओके, अब हामी नेक्स्ट सब टपिक तर्फ लागौं, दैट इज सोइल प्रोफाइल. ओके, अब तपाईहरुले कोही बेला यसो तपाईहरुको घर छेउमा केहीको कन्स्ट्रक्सन हुँदैछ अरे, सपोज घरको कन्स्ट्रक्सन हुँदैछ या त तपाईले कहीँतिर यस्तो खाडल खन्दैछ, पिट खन्दैछ, या त इफ देयर इज अ वेल बीइङ डग अराउन्ड यर एरिया, you might have observed the soil. तपाईले देख्नु भएको होला. If you observe the soil, it is not made up of a single layer. Soil चाहिँ खनेको ठाउँमा तपाईले हेर्नु भयो भने, त्यसको भित्तामा हेर्नु भयो भने, it is not made up of single layer, rather it is made up of many layers, and that is known as soil profile. The different layers of the soil are known as soil profile. Okay, so let us define soil profile. A vertical section through different layers of the soil, is called soil profile. Okay, soil profile, the many layers in soil are called horizons. Layers मात्रै नभनेर यसलाई horizons पनि भनिन्छ. Vertical section भनेको यस्तो ठाडो. ओके, vertical भनेको यस्तो ठाडो. So जब पनि कुनै एउटा ठाउँमा खाडल खनेको छ भने you will see that the soil is composed of many layers, and that layers is called soil profile, or it can also be called horizons. Okay, so soil profile कस्तो हुन्छ? I will draw a diagram over here. Okay, suppose यो चाहिँ खाडल हो भने तपाईले यहाँ vertical section मा हेर्नु भयो भने soil is composed of 4 different layers. Okay, so this is humus. This is the first layer, that is A horizon. Okay, A horizon. यो चाहिँ भयो B horizon, this is C horizon, and this is bedrock. Last layer is known as bedrock. है plants haru yaha grow garcha. Okay, plants haru yaha grow garcha. These are the plants that grow over here. Okay, it's jada ho plants ko. Okay, so sea horizon ma sano sano ढुङ्गा हुन्छ. Bedrock ma chai it is made up of many big rocks. Okay, it is made up of many big rocks. Okay, B horizon ma pani kamti matrama. So this is how the soil profile looks like. Okay, yesto parale different layers le banneko huncha. So now let us study about the different layers that is present in the soil. Okay, so first layer is known as A horizon. First layer lai chai हामी भन्छौं A horizon. Now A horizon, it is the topmost layer of the soil. Topmost layer of the soil. So since it is the topmost of the layer of the soil, so it is also called topsoil. Also called topsoil. So माथिको layer भएको कारणले गर्दा यसलाई topsoil पनि भनिन्छ. Okay, it is dark in color. कालो परेको अँधेरो कलरको हुन्छ. Okay, it is dark, it is soft, it is porous, and it is loose. Okay, alright, it is rich in humus and minerals. So humus and minerals ma rich छ भने, so it is very fertile. Very fertile. हेर्नुस् त, rich in humus. तपाईले देख्नु हुँदैछ A horizon को माथिपट्टि there is a layer of humus. Okay, so humus भनेको चाहिँ के हो? Let me write down. Humus is the rotting matter on earth. Rotting matter that is present in soil. Okay, rotting matter भनेको कुहिँदै गरेको चीजबिजहरु. अब सोइलमा पत्ता झर्छ, है हाँगा झर्छ, अर्गानिजम्सहरु मर्छ, त्यो सबै सोइलमा झर्छ, त्यो चाहिँ कुहिन्छ नि त. So that rotting matter that is present in soil is humus. It makes the soil very fertile. एकदमै मलिलो बनाउँछ. So A horizon को माथिपट्टि there is humus. Okay, now since this layer is very fertile, the roots of small plants are embedded entirely in the topsoil. So सानो सानो plants को root त A horizon देखि मुनि grow नै गर्दैन. Okay, त्यो चाहिँ A horizon सम्म नै बस्छ, किनभने already उले त्यहाँनिर पुरा बेसी मलहरु पाइराखेको हुन्छ नि त. Okay, so it does not grow beyond that A horizon. Okay, and finally A horizon is home for many organisms. यही A horizon मै जो जति पनि organismsहरु पाइन्छ त्यो चाहिँ त्यहाँ बस्छ, like earthworms, ants, grasshoppers, snakes, everything lives here. Okay, everything lives in the A horizon. Okay, अब हेरौं B horizon. B horizon को कस्तो हुन्छ. I will not rub this diagram because it will be easier for you to see, right? Next is B horizon. It is the second layer of the soil. First layer A horizon भइहाल्यो, त्यसको मुनिपट्टिको second layer and is also called the middle layer and is also called the middle layer, बीचको layer, middle layer. Okay, and it is compact and hard. अलिक खादिएको हुन्छ. फर्स्ट को टप सोइल चाहिँ लूज हुन्छ, तर यो चाहिँ compact and कडा पनि हुन्छ. Okay, and it is lesser in humus. Humus कम्ती हुन्छ, प्राय जस्तो humus त डल्लै माथिपट्टि A horizon मै हुन्छ, but rich in minerals. It is rich in minerals. Minerals are the substances that are required by plants. For example, calcium, phosphorus, यो सबै minerals हो plants लाई चाहिन्छ. जसरी हामीलाई carbohydrate, protein चाहिन्छ, त्यसैगरी plants लाई त्यस्तो calcium, phosphorus, nitrogen चाहिन्छ. That is minerals. So it contains more minerals. Okay. Now third layer is the sea horizon. Okay. Sea horizon is made up of small rocks. Okay, small rocks. And these rocks, there are tiny gaps in between the rocks. Okay, gaps in between the rocks. Rocks ko beach ma चाहिँ gaps हुन्छ. Okay, that is filled with air. So त्यो gap भित्र चाहिँ के बसेको हुँदो रहेछ, हावा भरिएको हुन्छ. Okay, and last layer, that is the bedrock. नामै त बेड रक, मुनिको बेड अनि रक बेसी ढुङ्गाले भरिएको. ओके, इट इज द लास्ट लेयर एन्ड इज भेरी हार्ड. एकदमै कडा हुन्छ, ठुलो ढुङ्गाले बनिएको हुन्छ. भेरी हार्ड एन्ड डिफिकल्ट टु डिग विथ अ स्पिड. डिफिकल्ट टु डिग, खन्नु चाहिँ एकदमै साह्रो पर्छ. Okay, so these are the different layers that is present in soil. Okay, अब पढौँ next subtopic, that is weathering. अब हामीले soil भनेर पढ्दैछ, तर यो soil चाहिँ कसरी बन्यो त, कहाँबाट बन्यो, कहाँबाट आयो अर्थमा, त्यो लाई चाहिँ हामी भन्छ weathering, the process by which the soil is formed. है, soil formation हुने process लाई चाहिँ weathering भन्छ. सो त्यसको विषयमा अलिकति पढौँ, weathering भनेको के रहेछ. Okay, weathering. Okay, weathering. Soil is formed by the breaking up of rocks. ढुङ्गा फुटेर soil चाहिँ बनिन्छ into small pieces. Okay, when soil is when rocks is broken into small pieces, this is called weathering. यसलाई चाहिँ भनिन्छ weathering. Process is known as weathering. So soil कहाँबाट बनिएको हो रहेछ, ठुलो रक्सहरुबाट. ओके, ठुल्ठुलो रक्सहरु चाहिँ ब्रेक भएर मसिनो पार्टिकल्स बनिन्छ. त्यो मसिनो पार्टिकल्स चाहिँ सोइल हो. Okay, now this process is known as weathering. Weathering is done. कसरी हुन्छ weathering? अब रक पार्टिकल्स कसरी ब्रेक हुन्छ भन्दा आफै आफ त ब्रेक हुँदैन. Weathering is done by the action of wind, right, water and climate. Okay, so यो तीनटा चीजले गर्दा चाहिँ weathering हुन्छ. अनि weathering, it is not a short process, एकैछिनमा हुने हैन. Scientists believe that to form 1 inch of topsoil, it takes 100 years. Okay, so weathering of rocks takes place over hundreds and hundreds of years, and it is a long process. Okay, now let us move on to another subtopic, that is soil types. When weathering of rocks takes place, different particles are formed. Different particles are formed. They have different sizes. Okay, weathering of rocks forms particles of different sizes. Okay, different sizes. These particles are sand and clay. So जब चाहिँ ढुङ्गा फुट्छ त्यति बेला चाहिँ दुई प्रकारको पार्टिकल्स बनिन्छ. त्यो चाहिँ के रहेछ भन्दा चाहिँ sand and clay. Sand चाहिँ अलिक ठुलो पार्टिकल हो, clay चाहिँ अलिकति सानो पार्टिकल हो. Sand is bigger in size than clay. Okay, bigger in size than clay. So soil is the mixture of these two particles. Okay, soil is a mixture of sand, clay and humus. Okay, it is formed by the mixture of three things, that is sand हुन्छ त्यसमा, clay हुन्छ अनि humus हुन्छ. Now based on the amount of these sand and clay in the soil, there are three types of soil. Okay, यो sand र clay कति कति मात्रामा हुन्छ अमाउन्ट हेरेर चाहिँ सोइल चाहिँ तीन प्रकारको हुन्छ, sandy soil, clayey soil and loamy soil. So हेरौँ sandy soil भनेको कस्तो हुँदो रहेछ, clayey soil भनेको कस्तो हुँदो रहेछ अनि loamy soil भनेको चाहिँ कस्तो हुँदो रहेछ. ओके, सो based on the proportion of particles of varying sizes, proportion भनेको amount है, particles को amount हेरी चाहिँ there are three types of soil. Okay, तीन प्रकारको soil हुन्छ. के रहेछ अघि भने फर्स्ट वान इज sandy soil. Sandy भनेपछि यहाँ sand word आयो नि त है. So this soil has more sand particles. In this type of soil, the proportion of large particles, that is sand is more. So basis जस्तो चाहिँ यसमा large particles, that is sand ज्यादा मात्रामा हुन्छ. Okay, now since the sand particles are quite large, यो sand को particles दाना, particle भनेको दाना, चिनीको दानाहरु देख्नु भएको छ नि त्यस्तै त हो. So sand particles चाहिँ यो particles अलिक ठुलो हुन्छ. Okay, since sand particles are quite large, they are not closely packed. So closely packed हुँदैन, tightly packed हुँदैन. अब ठुलठुलो दाना त हुन्छ, so यो ठुलठुलो दाना भएको कारणले गर्दा loose हुन्छ. So there are spaces in between them. So there are spaces, there are large gaps or spaces between them. यो particle को बीचमा gap हुन्छ. So यो gap मा के हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ these gaps are filled with air. Okay, these spaces are filled with air. यसमा हावा बेसी fill भएको हुन्छ अनि and water can drain easily, and water can drain easily through these gaps. So ठुलठुलो gaps छ, त्यसमा हावा भरिएको हुन्छ, पानी त छिरेर जाइहाल्छ. So water बेसी मात्रामा हुँदैन यो soil मा चाहिँ. Okay, so water can drain easily through these gaps. So त्यही कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ these soils, these यहाँ त sandy soils लेखौँ न है. Sandy soils are thus well aerated, these are light, and these are rather dry. हल्का पनि हुन्छ किनभने पानी बेसी बस्दैन, हावा भरिएको हुन्छ स्पेसेसमा बेसी. So these are well aerated and they are dry because water will drain through this soil. छिरिहाल्छ नि त. Okay, त्यो कारणले गर्दाखेरि पानी छिरिहाल्छ. So these are rather dry. Now next type of soil is known as clayey soil. अब clay भनेपछि clay, यसमा clay particles ज्यादा मात्रामा हुन्छ. So clay particles मसिनो हुन्छ. So मसिनो भएपछि यो particles हरु चाहिँ tightly packed हुन्छ. Okay, so next type of soil is known as clayey soil. Okay, soil. यहाँनिर in this type of soil, soil, the amount of or the proportion of small particles अथवा fine particles or fine particles is more. Okay. Clay particles are much smaller. So they are tightly packed. Okay, they are tightly packed, leaving little space for air. अब tightly packed भयो भने त कम्ती ग्याप्स हुन्छ, सो त्यो ग्यापमा हावा पनि कम्ती भरिएको हुन्छ. ओके, अनि ग्याप्स सानो भएको कारणले गर्दा वाटर छिरेर जाँदैन. वाटर क्यान बी रिटेन्ड. वाटर क्यान बी easily retained in these gaps, in this small or tiny gaps. Okay, water मजाले रिटेन हुन्छ, हावा कम्ती हुन्छ. Thus clayey soil tend to be heavier than sandy soil. किन हेभी हुन्छ? किनभने यसमा पानी बस्छ, as it can hold more water. Hold or retain more water. Okay, so this is the second type of soil. है, अब third type of soil लाई चाहिँ भनिन्छ हामी loamy soil. अब हेरौँ loamy soil चाहिँ कस्तो हुँदो रहेछ. Loamy soil. But loamy soil मा चाहिँ the amount of large and small particles is almost equal. भनेको sand र clay झन्डै बराबरी हुन्छ. Okay, in this type of soil, the amount of large and small particles are same, बराबरी जस्तो हुन्छ. प्लस यसमा एडिशनली एउटा अझै एक प्रकारको पार्टिकल हुन्छ, that is called silt. It also contains another particle called silt. भनेपछि लोमी सोइलमा चाहिँ तीनटा पार्टिकल्सले बनिएको हुन्छ, called silt. लोमी सोइल चाहिँ तीनटा पार्टिकल्सले बनेको हुन्छ. Thus loamy soil, loamy my होला यो, loamy soil is made up of sand particles, त्यो large particles हो, small particles clay, and it is also made up of silt. Okay, so silt चाहिँ के हो भन्दा चाहिँ the size of silt is in between. The size of silt is in between sand and clay. भन्नुको मतलब चाहिँ sand सबसे ठुलो हो, clay सबसे सानो हो, बीचको साइज भएको चाहिँ silt. जस्तो for example, if the sand is this, यो भयो sand, clay यो हो भने यो बीचको साइज भएको चाहिँ के हो? silt हो. Okay, so the size is in between sand and clay. Okay, अब silt चाहिँ कहाँ usually बेसी पाइन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ silt occurs as a deposit in river beds. River को साइडमा यो silt पाइन्छ अनि it contains humus in it. So it has humus in it. So humus ले के गर्छ? soil लाई fertile बनाउँछ and also has the right water holding capacity. पानी पनि ठिक्क मात्रामा हुन्छ, हावा पनि ठिक्क मात्रामा हुन्छ, ह्युमस पनि हुन्छ. So सबसे best soil for growing plants is loamy soil. Okay, so Loamy soil is the best soil. सबभन्दा राम्रो soil plants को लागि. Soil for growing crops. Okay, so loamy soil मा चाहिँ सबै हुन्छ. Sand पनि हुन्छ, clay पनि, silt पनि हुन्छ, humus पनि हुन्छ. Sand भएको कारणले गर्दा हावा मजाले बस्छ. Clay भएको कारणले गर्दा पानी पनि ठिक्क बस्छ. अनि silt ले गर्दा fertile पनि बनाउँछ, plus humus पनि छ. So this is the best soil for growing crops. With this, we've come to the end of today's class. Tomorrow we'll study about the properties of soil.